Good morning, y'all. Today is July 23rd. It is kind of overcast out. It feels pretty good, a little humid, but not bad. Had a great morning at the farmer's market. Got some tomatoes, cucumbers, some good stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and let the chickens out. All right, the chickens are out and happy. Now it's time for the bees. They're not really up and awake yet. There's maybe 20 of them flying around, so they're getting there. It looks like there's a massive storm that's about to roll in. It got super dark up to the north. I'm gonna check the radar really quick and then I might be closing this beehive up. Okay, so it's been about 40 minutes and the wind has died down quite a bit. It's not like whipping through here like crazy anymore. There's still a little breeze. You can kind of see it, but it's not bad, so I'm gonna go for it. All right, so the hive inspection is done. It went pretty well. The weather held off nice. It's not really windy anymore, just kind of overcast and cloudy. So the honey supers look good. The top one's a little light. The first one on there looks good, so next week or the week after we'll go ahead and harvest that. The top deep box looked pretty good. I pulled out 3 frames on that. They had a solid frame of honey, completely filled front to back, which is great. I love seeing that. Saw a few eggs. I saw some larvae and a lot of capped over brood, so I'm happy there. The very first box, that bottom deep, is a little light. I pulled 3 frames off of that. There wasn't much honey on there, so I would like to see a little bit more honey. So after I harvest one of these supers, I'm gonna take it off and not put it back on. That way the bees can focus more on backfilling some honey in the lower boxes for themselves for this winter. So other than that, things were good. I dusted them. The bees did get a little testy with me. The deeper into the hive I got, they were kind of everywhere. So I left my gloves on the whole time this time, but yeah, they're looking good in there, so I'm happy with their progress. I wasn't graced by the queen's presence this time, but I saw all of her work, so that's good. But bees are done, and chickens are still running around. They're enjoying this cool day. Howdy y'all, today is July 24th. My dad came over here and made pretty quick work of this big old limb that fell down. I think it took him about a day and a half to get it done. Cleaned it up a little bit, so it looks much better. I'm gonna check and make sure this fire's out. It was kind of raining, so I'm not too worried about it, but I don't want all this dead stuff coming up. Looks fine, because we have a lot we gotta burn. And then I've already put the chickens up for the night, so I'm just gonna go make sure they're all there and we'll be good. Actually looks like there's a lot of bees out right now. I don't know why they always come out this late in the evening. And all's good, got all my chickens up. Gonna be storming a little later. Bees are flying around, but they're about done for the day too. Howdy everyone, today is July 25th. There's a lot that's been going on this morning. Biggest thing is that Big Bird is no longer with us, so I put him down earlier this afternoon. So yeah, Big Bird is dinner tonight. I'm sure he'll be very tasty. He was a lot of feathers and not much meat on him, which is kind of interesting because when you pick them up they're real heavy, but yeah, he was all feathers, so it was quick and simple for him. I didn't show the process, mostly because these chickens are kind of like pets. They're kind of just, I mean, they have names, you know, so more like a backyard flock versus like barnyard chickens. So I wasn't going to show that process because it was hard enough for me, let alone other people watching. So if it was just a batch of meat birds, I have no problem with it, but once you get to know them one-on-one, it makes it a little harder. So anyway, my whole reason behind Frizzle is up there just making a lot of noise. My whole reason behind getting roosters in the first place was my original plan was to incubate eggs and hatch chicks and sell them, but the egg business is going really well, so I just haven't had much time to put into incubating eggs at this time. Maybe in the future I will, but just where I'm at right now, I don't think I'll be doing that for a long while. So I really don't have a use for any of the roosters at this point, but it was kind of nice to have them for the just in case. So I still plan on keeping Doodle-Doo around and the new young one for a while, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get along. Hopefully Doodle-Doo stays good. But yeah, so Big Bird is gone. I brought 3 of the chicks over. One of them is the rooster and 2 hens. I have them in a little crate here so that way they can kind of get used to each other. The rooster had overstayed his welcome at my parents' coop. My dad wanted him gone. He's starting to crow a little bit, so he's getting a little noisy for the neighbors. So yeah, everything worked out really well though, timing wise. So I got them over here and all set up and good to go. He's been going off maybe 5 or 6 times. Yeah, now that Big Bird's not here keeping him down, I have a feeling he's gonna perk up a little bit. So I wanted to get this new rooster over here so they could get acquainted sooner rather than later. Hopefully there's no issues with them fighting or anything, but we'll see how it goes. Frizzle, you're just obnoxious today. Yeah, you're liking this, aren't you, Doodles? I've been watching them for about a half hour. There's maybe one quick little spat, but overall, they don't really care about each other, so that's a good thing. The best time to introduce new chickens to an existing flock is nighttime, so I'll come back out tonight, open this up, and then they should be good to go. I'll keep an eye on them tomorrow, and I'll bring the other 3 over as well and slowly get them used to everybody else, but so far it doesn't seem like there's going to be an issue. And it's amazing how quiet and calm the coop is without 2 roosters bickering back and forth. It's actually really nice. It'd also be nice because you see all the white feathers on the chickens' backs, just kind of showing there and there and over there. That's from the roosters jumping on them all the time. So 2 roosters for this number of hens was too many. I'd only ordered 1, but they'd slipped in an extra one on accident, which is fine, I guess. Alright, it is about 8:30 and most of the chickens are going up for the night, so pretty safe to say it's alright to let these new little guys out, and we'll see what happens. Howdy everyone, today is July 26th and I'm about to run the last of the chicks over to the main chicken coop. Well, looks like everybody made it through the night. New ones are kind of hanging out up on top of the cage away from everybody. But now that most of them have run out, they're jumping down and being able to do their thing. So I got to clean this cage out because it looks like they completely trashed it. And then I'll put the new ones in. So the last of the chicks are set up in the little cage, and I will come back out tonight and let them out just the same as I did the night before with these other 3, and then we should be good to go. So I've got to hop in the beehive today to pull out the drone combs. So it's a couple of days earlier than I pulled them out last time, so hopefully nothing's hatching. It's a little overcast, kind of misting off and on, so it's not ideal weather, but this is going to be really quick, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not doing an inspection or anything, just pulling out the drone combs and then putting everything together. It's about 7:30 right now, so let's go see what the chicks are up to. Well, it seems like everybody is doing just fine, so let's go ahead and let the new ones out. Alright, it looks like One Eye is the first one out. I was kind of worried about her just because obviously she only has one eye, so if someone's about to attack her, she can't see from one side, but so far it seems to be fine. Howdy y'all, today is July 27th, and it looks like the new little group is getting a little more comfortable. They didn't come out at all yesterday, but it looks like they're starting to explore a little bit today. He saw One Eye all bunched up in the corner and thought she was dead, but she was just hiding really good. So she might be a little stressed out just because she only has one eye, but so far it looks like everybody's doing good though. And then my dad is over here burning some stuff, and my mom came over too, which is cool. So working on some brush that we cut up. Chickens! Today is July 28th. Want to see how One Eye's doing. Not so hot. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, this is a little too stressful for you. Alright, we're gonna take One Eye plus another chicken back over to my parents' house. It's just a little too much for her over here, I think, just because she can't see too well, so don't want her to die from stress over here. So we'll get her loaded up here in a little while and get her back. All right, chickens, giving her some support over here. All right, well, got yourself wedged in there good, don't you? Alright, now we're good. One Eye is definitely not a fan of this coop, but she's liking my shoulder because she's up and far away from everybody, so it feels a little safer. But she is definitely going back to my parents' house. plus a friend. Let's get back to the coop. Alright y'all, I got one eye all set up. She is happy and back at my parents' coop along with her friend. You can tell she's already way more relaxed. So now I'm actually out at my property. So once again, you're getting a little sneak peek, but you can't see too much. So latest update is the appraiser called me and he came out, looked at the property. So things are still moving along. So I'm feeling confident enough to do a little bit of work out here. So I just ran out really quick and I'm going to do a soil sample test. So right now I'm just getting some samples and we'll go from there. So for soil sampling, you want to get down a few inches, pop it up, grab some dirt, and then put it in your bag. So you do this 10-15 times, just all over, getting different samples. You kind of mix it all up and then you send it off and they'll give you your results. Alright, the soil samples are on their way to the lab, dropped them off at the post office, and now I am back at the chicken coop and I have my drone comb. I just got it out of the freezer, so I'm letting that thaw out a little bit and then I'm going to pop it back in the beehive. And also I was going through some things over at my parents' house and found this little thing. So we used to use this for the chickens in the backyard. It's basically a Kong ball for chickens, so you pop it open, you can put mealworms in it, and they'll peck around and they'll kind of roll out on the side. So it'll give them something to do. Not many takers yet, but I bet that ball will be emptied out by tomorrow. I'm gonna take a stab at it, Frizz. You see him in there. Drone combs are back in. That didn't take too terribly long, but I still got to shake off those couple frames that I had to replace them with. And I'm not wearing my baggy overalls today, kind of the tight girl jeans. So we'll see how many times I get stung. Hopefully none, but I'm gonna go ahead and shake them off and then not too bad. You know, when my friend came to help out with the honey, he said he was really surprised by how calm my bees were. So I am thankful for that. I haven't been stung in a long time. I think I've only been stung 3 times so far. One time on my finger, my knee, and then on my thigh. So not too bad. Most of the legs are taking it, but didn't get stung today. Today is July 29th and it looks like the new birds and the old birds are getting along pretty well. The new ones still kind of tend to stay huddled up in their own little group, but they're definitely getting better. The buffs aren't picking on them too bad. So I just picked some cayenne peppers from the plants that a friend gave me. So I figured I'd feed them to the chickens and see what they think. It's gone quick. Do a couple more. Their Kong ball was completely empty, so I just refilled it. You can kind of see some worms in there, so that'll give them something to do. I'm missing a chicken. One guess who it is.